News, Brendan Clark here as we continue to look inside the courtroom at the Michael Slager murder trial. A curveball, if you will, thrown to us just about 6 minutes ago. As you heard the judge, we expected to hear possibly a mistrial. The timeline of events here, at 1 o'clock this afternoon, the jury requested to see some testimony from Faden Santana, the man who shot the video of Michael Slager when he shot Walter Scott. But then 12 minutes later at about 1:12 said, we cannot come to a decision. We cannot come to a unanimous decision. We want to continue our team coverage right now with this new news, surprising news, if you will. News 2's Carolyn Murray has been in the courtroom and outside the courthouse all week, and she wants to join us now late with more with Charlie Condon, the former state attorney general. Carolyn?
Yeah, Brendan, I think we all feel very privileged to have the expertise of Charlie Condon because this evening has been quite dramatic with trying to gain insight. Rebecca Collette just came downstairs. She has been monitoring the situation very closely, so we're going to allow her to get through some of her notes as we try to get more information about what just happened over the last, as Brendan said, 5 to 6 minutes. We thought that this was surely going to end in a mistrial, but then there was another request for an explanation of the law.
This is really dramatic and a bit unprecedented because we were headed for a mistrial. Apparently, this one holdout is sending out a signal that he could reconsider based upon a further explanation of passion.
News 2's Rebecca Collette has also been in the courtroom, and Charlie, so we're going to allow Rebecca to join in our conversation. Charlie, we ask you to still stay very close. So, Rebecca, give us an idea of what happened in the courtroom.
The judge called it a really odd situation that he was in. Essentially what happened is we thought we were getting a mistrial verdict. We knew that there was a note from one of the jurors, the foreman, who said, this isn't happening. Then we also got a letter from one of the jurors straight to the judge that said, I will not change my mind. And he said, I'm sorry to the Scott family, but I cannot convict Michael Slager. The judge just kind of said, okay, you guys leave. Dismissed the jury, said state. And you could tell when Scarlett stood up that she was a little bit stunned by what had just happened.
Charlie's having a reaction to that. You're not surprised.
Yeah, this is why trial work will kill you, actually, because it's a turnaround. Now, we don't know whether this foreman is asking on his own and had the consent or the full understanding. We should know very quickly. But a twist, a huge twist here. The case may go on.
So to Charlie's point, that's exactly what Andy Savage got up and said. He said, he's not speaking for everyone. He's speaking from his own perspective and his own point of view.
We understand that there are new developments happening in the courtroom right now, so we are going back upstairs for the very latest. We'll allow Rebecca Collette to get back into the courtroom to bring us the very latest information. But again, it has been a day full of surprises and new developments. We will listen to what Judge Clifton Newman has to say as the jury continues to debate the issue of Michael Slager's fate.
I think the best that I could do is have the jury come out and let's be clear, are you deadlocked or are you still deliberating? So if you would bring them back in.
Thank you for staying with us. News 2's Brendan Clark as we continue to cover a day full of big developments in the Michael Slager murder trial. You are taking a live look, and you have been listening to Judge Newman. You've been listening to Solicitor Scarlett Wilson and defense attorney Andy Savage as they continue to talk about the jury as they are in deliberations for this Michael Slager murder trial. We thought just before 5 o'clock, about a half hour ago, that we were going to have a mistrial declared, but that didn't happen. The jury. All jurors present.
All right, thank you. Mr. Foreman, when you were last in, it was with the note that you were deadlocked, and upon inquiry by the court, you indicated that you thought that continued deliberations might be beneficial, or the further explanation of the law might be helpful, with the jury indicating a willingness and an interest in continuing and requesting to continue deliberating. It would be improper for the court to declare a mistrial. So, all right, so we'll be in recess.
There you have it. The latest developments at 5:30 as we have been inside that courtroom for the better part of this afternoon in the Michael Slager murder trial. The judge has just said that he will not issue a mistrial. As we heard from the jury just about 4 minutes ago, their desire to deliberate. I think we want to bring in News 2's Carolyn Murray. Is she live downtown right now with more on this? What's going on to Carolyn as she has the former state attorney general Charlie Condon. Certainly just big developments in the last 30 minutes. Coercion is the big word that Andy Savage is using.
Collusion.
Carolyn.
Yeah, we are just really rocked with the latest developments, and I'm standing here with the former Attorney General Charlie Condon, and Charlie's been so helpful tonight, giving us an idea of where we are on this path that continues to wind tonight. As Brendan just said, the latest word used by the defense attorney Andy Savage was collusion, suggesting that the jury is being pressured in some way to come up with a decision tonight. The judge said that he will not declare a mistrial. Charlie, we're not sure where we are in this entire process.
The defense Andy should be asking for a mistrial and making a good record. What's clear, though, that one juror, we know it's 11-1, that one juror has told the others that he, I believe it's going to be a he, as I understand the information we have, will consider a guilty verdict.
So when they came back and said, we need some more explanation, he put it back on them and he said, I've given you everything you need. Go back and read my charge, go back and read the indictment and look at the evidence. He really wanted to empower this jury, these 12, to make their decision based on what they knew, their convictions, and what they understood about the case.
But it's really been very difficult to see how heavy this has been on these two families who are physically so close to each other in the pew, but probably vastly different in their opinions about how this outcome should play out tonight.
Yeah, you know, you cannot doubt the faith of the Scott family just from the way they've carried themselves and the way that they've kept themselves throughout this entire time, you know, even watching their faces in court, you know, keeping it together in such an exhausting, difficult time.
Certainly a new development in this case right now as we continue to await the jury's decision, and we understand that the note has come from the jury.
Need her, I guess. You certainly have put in a long day, and I can understand if you're beat. I think we're all beat. So we will look forward to seeing you all, each and every one of you, Monday morning at what time?
9 o'clock.
9 o'clock. Have a good weekend.
Well, there you hear it. The latest development in the Michael Slager trial in downtown Charleston, as Judge Clifton Newman just received a note from the jury just minutes ago saying that they were beat, quote, said they would like to be dismissed for the night and come back at 9 a.m. Monday morning. They were offered dinner tonight and said no, they didn't need that they just wanted to go home for the night. We want to continue our coverage. Carolyn Murray has been outside the courthouse and in that courtroom all week during the Michael Slager trial, and she joins us now with former State Attorney General Charlie Condon with more insight into exactly what we've seen transpire over the last 5 or 6 hours. Certainly a lot of developments in this case, Carolyn.
Brendan, it seems as if there's been a new development really every other minute in this case that continues to go down a winding road, and we're still looking for the end of this path, and that end will be a decision regarding the fate of the former North Charleston police officer Michael Slager.
So we'll see if a verdict can be reached.
All right, Charlie Condon, thank you so much for your perspective. And of course, we want to continue to follow the very latest developments from the courtroom. We are coming right back with more information. We are broadcasting live from downtown Charleston as we continue to find out more about the Michael Slager murder trial. More information coming up right after a quick break.
And welcome back. For the last 90 minutes, we have been live talking about the Michael Slager murder trial as developments have been coming in at a very rapid pace. About 5 o'clock this afternoon, we had thought we were headed towards a mistrial, as one juror said he could not change his mind from the other 11, and there was not a unanimous decision. But now it is not that way as it seems. We have heard just minutes ago that Michael Slager, the deal there is okay. I'm being told that the Scott family, actually Walter Scott family, is be walking out, and Andy Savage, the defense attorney for Michael Slager, walking out right now. Just Andy Savage right now, and we want to go out there live now with more on that.
Were you expecting to get the mistrial? You asked for it 3-4 times. Were you expecting that the judge would rule?
I think I'll just wait till next week
before we comment? Thanks.
Andy, is this a big surprise to you overall? I mean, we've never seen anything like that. Spoke with former Attorney General Charlie Condon. He said he's never seen anything quite like this.
Like what?
The developments that have happened throughout the day. We started the day with the juror indicating that they could not reach a decision, and now we see that we're going to be back in court Monday.
Well, we'll just wait till Monday, see what happens Monday, and then we'll come in after that.
Sir, what do you feel is the difference between fear and passion?
I explained that in court yesterday. Weren't you there?
I want to get you again.
Well, apparently the jurors don't feel as if that was clearly explained.
Well, I think that's not correct, Carolyn. They didn't, they were given an opportunity today to say what they were hung up on, and they didn't.
You don't believe that that was the issue that may have been?
I mean, I don't think if that's the issue, it's the only issue.
Is there a coercion of emotion amongst the jurors in that letter and the other note that was sent?
We'll just have to wait till next week and see.
And there you see defense attorney Andy Savage as he was walking through the throngs of media there. Usually doesn't say anything until a trial is wrapped up, but Andy did have very little to say. He did say kind of the wait and see thing. We'll wait and see what happens Monday, as Carolyn was throwing questions at him about what he thinks the difference between a couple of issues were. He said he explained it in court as well, but Andy Savage there talking, saying we'll just have to wait and see, and we will have to wait and see, because what we thought was maybe a mistrial was not, and now the jury said they're coming back Monday morning at 9 o'clock, and they will continue to deliberate in the Michael Slager murder trial. Back out to Carolyn Murray. Carolyn, you just had a chance to talk to Andy. Didn't say much, kind of a wait and see attitude.
Really no big surprise there that he would not say much. Of course, will, as Judge Newman has said, wait until 9 a.m. Monday morning when this process will continue. Jurors will once again begin their deliberations. But we expect that the Scott family will be coming down shortly. I spoke with Chris Stewart, the lead attorney for the Scott family, and he said that they would possibly be offering a statement tonight. Not sure if that would change as a result of some of the changes that happened throughout this day. But when I spoke with Chris Stewart earlier today, he said that they would be speaking tonight. If that happens, of course, we will hear from him.
All right, News 2's Carol Murray down there just talking to defense attorney Andy Savage. We will await to see if Walter Scott's family members and representatives will talk to us about the issue at hand, that in fact the jury is still deliberating. They want to go home for the night because in their words they were beat, and they do want to come back Monday 9 a.m. and continue deliberating on this case. They've had the case since Wednesday night around this time, and continue to deliberate yesterday and today. We want to continue our coverage now because certainly there is another trial going on right now, a little less dramatic in its developments today, but nonetheless important. We are, of course, talking about the federal trial for Dylan Roof, the admitted Charleston church shooter.